Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Den Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now a captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae girls out there. They ain't believing us. John did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the Reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica support you every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best. Davis, take it away.
You should be able to see this one on screen. Miss Khadija Bunny Shaw, guys, our captain. Our captain, Miss Khadija Bunny Shaw, is a back-to-back Ballon d'Or nominee. Yes, the young girl from Jamaica. Can't call her a young girl no more because she's a fully grown woman. The lady, I should say, from Jamaica, our very own Khadija Bunny Shaw is a back-to-back Ballon d'Or nominee. To gloss over some of the stuff that we've already discussed on the show, I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record. She is the PFA Women's Player of the Year. I feel like they need to rename that because it's such a tongue tie. She also made it into the PFA WSL Team of the Year, which is the Women's Super League, the top tier of women's football in England. She made it into the Team of the Year. She also secured the WSL Golden Boot. Unfortunately, she picked up a untimely injury towards the final hurdle of last season's campaign. And I'm going to say subsequently, I think that played a pivotal role in Manchester City missing out on the league title to Chelsea in Emma Hayes' final season with the Blue Half of London, because Chelsea went on to winning the league purely based off goal difference. So that's that there as it relates to Miss Khadija Bunny Shaw, back-to-back Ballon d'Or nominee. I hope she can go all the way. I think it would have helped her though. Had she won the league with Manchester City, I think it would have helped her. But we'll see. We'll see. If I had anything to do with those votes, you already know who that trophy would belong to. But unfortunately, they wouldn't dare put me anywhere near the Ballon d'Or ballot, if there is one. That is. I'm going to play another audio there for you guys. A special audio. You guys have a special audio for you all. And it's about a player that I spoke about. She made a move from one Japanese club to another. I'm not going to say her name, so you will have to listen carefully. I was always concerned about her because I'm always nervous for these reggae girls when they move on to playing in leagues where maybe the league or the language spoken in that country isn't their mother tongue. I most certainly I do get worried when I see our players playing in leagues where diversity as a black woman is lacking. So I'm going to stop talking now because I think I'm talking too much, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this special audio. And when I say it's special because it is tailor made for you guys, the Reggae Girls fans. So go ahead and give it a listen.
Hey Crystal, shout out to Talawa TV. Vyan Sampson here. I'm here for my second season in Japan. I really love it here as it suits my low-key personality. I feel really settled at my new club. It feels like it's a really good match. We kicked off the season this week with a cup game, and I was really happy to get my debut and contribute with a goal. I hope to make goal scoring a more regular occurrence. Stay blessed, speak soon, bye. Hey Crystal, shout out to Talawa TV. Vyan Sampson here. I'm here for my second season in Japan. I really love it here as it suits my low-key personality. I feel really settled at my new club. It feels like it's a really good match. We kicked off the season this week with a cup game, and I was really happy to get my debut and contribute with a goal. I hope to make goal scoring a more regular occurrence. Stay blessed, speak soon, bye. Hey Crystal.
No need to play a third time, is there? The second time it actually went on a loop. So I do apologize for that. So all of you out there, your Samson fans, you have received the latest on one of your favorite players. And I hope that does you well. Next, I have another one of your favorite players. But I'm not sure if you guys are ready for her. I don't know. I kind of feel like you're not ready. I don't know, guys, in the comment section. You're gonna have to let me know if you're ready for one of your favorite players. And it is so funny. I reached out to her and I asked for a voice note similar to what Samson did. But she declined the voice note and she said she wants to speak to you guys live and direct. So if you're not feeling special, you should feel special because someone out there definitely thinks quite highly of you guys and your second time and your I should say and your time. And I hope that you guys can give her a very warm welcome. And it is none other than Miss Tiffany Cameron. I see new hair, new Tiff. Did I get that right?
Brand new Tiff. You know, I've been home now for about 2 months, and just
Yeah.
a lot of great things have happened since I've been home. You know, I was able to meet Ding Dong. That was like a blessing in disguise. Yeah, and I've been having some good time with my family, my friends. You know, just revamping everything. So you guys are gonna get an entertaining Tiff for the rest of the year and 2025.
You look refreshed, you look energized. How's the summer treating you?
Really good, actually. Like I've said, I've been with my family and my friends this entire time. I've been training as well too. I'll be back in Spain, thank goodness, next week. It took a very long time to get my visa situated because, of course, you know, I signed a deal with Real Betis for 2 years, and there's a little bit of delays in the paperwork and stuff. So I'm really happy that, you know, I have to score more goals than last season.
I want to touch on it because you've already touched on it. I did give the guys in the comment section a vague update on your visa situation. So for those of you who didn't catch wind pertaining to what Tiffany has said, all is done and she will be making her way over to Spain in the next couple of days to link up with her teammates. But before we get to that meat of the matter, I want to know how invaluable is it to spend time with your loved ones, more precisely your family in Canada?
Yeah, you know, like you touched on before, as a black woman playing in a foreign country, it gets challenging sometimes. So it's great to be around like my family and my friends, like, you know, just be familiarized with everything, and you know, just have that love. It's just a different type of feeling when I come home, and you know, I miss it all the time when I'm away. But I'm very close with also my fans as well too, for a reason, because I know that, you know, they love the Jamaican culture, and you know, I like to um, thank them as well too, because they always send me nice messages while I'm away from home, and I really, really appreciate that. So being home is just, I'm filled with love, support, genuine people. I think that's a huge thing for me, to be around people who love and appreciate me for me. And yeah, it's great. And I feel like I'm I've been home for this long for a reason. And it's also made me even hungrier now to go back and do better than last season. So, of course, I've scored 6 goals last season. It was the most on our team, but I can do more than that. My goal now is to score double the amount. So I've had enough time to rest and be with my family and my friends. And I know when I get back, it's crunch time. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss the first game this weekend. But I mean, it could be worse. I could miss longer than that. So I'm grateful that at least I'll be back by next week, and I have some catching up to do. Of course, I have to get my game fitness back, because of course I can be home and I could be at the gym almost every day, and I could be getting touches on the ball individually. But it's a different category when you are around a team dynamic. So I just need a little bit of time to get back on my feet in that aspect. But the nice thing is that my coach knows exactly what I can do, and he knows like how he can depend on me. And our team actually is in a better place now, so I'm happy about that.
You've said so much. I don't think you actually need me here, because you've kind of like you've, you've answered every single question that I was going to ask you.
Hey, you know
That
how
was
it
a
is with
brilliant
me.
response. No, I like it, but then I'm like, now comes the improvisation. Now I have to actually, I just have to bin all my questions because they were all answered, guys. I wanna ask you a question, but I want to ask you a question, but in all honesty, I don't think the timing is right for the question, because I feel like that should be for a separate live stream. So instead, I'll ask you a different type of question. I want to know, like, what's it like as a Black woman going to these leagues, where not necessarily the Spanish league, because the Spanish league is definitely growing in diversity, but you've played in some leagues where I'm just like, oh, I am worried for her. Like, I hope she's okay. Like, what's it like when you go to these Spanish leagues and you don't even have like someone to braid your hair on your doorstep? That's a big thing, by the way, guys. Like, not having someone who can braid your. That's a serious problem.
Hey,
See, me, Tiff. Before I moved to my place now, when I was like looking for places, I'm like, if I can't get hard food like plantain, yam, banana, I'm not moving there. I'm not moving there, because you're not catering for me.
you would be
So what?
surprised actually, because
Yeah.
everywhere I've gone, I've found someone who could braid my hair. Everywhere I've gone. And you know it's interesting that what you've just said, because in Hungary, I thought the same thing. I'm like, like, it's gonna be very difficult for me to find someone to braid my hair. Found it within, like, I would say the first couple weeks I was there. I saw some lady, she had her hair nicely braided. I said, "Oh, where'd you get your hair braided? It looks great." And she gave me the number. I had my link from then on, and also too, Hungary has some Jamaican food as well too. Like I bought some
What?
ackee. I said, what? I said, what? In
What?
Budapest, there's
In
some ackee in
Hungary?
Budapest. Yeah, so it's crazy.
You
You
can't
you
be
you.
hungry if you go hungry then.
Yeah, yeah. So it's crazy what I strongly believe it doesn't matter where you go in the world. If you use your voice, you speak, you're not afraid to hear no, then you can discover so many things. So that's what I've done. I'm like, well, I got to find someone who can braid my hair. Or even before I move to a different country, if I know someone who has lived there before, I ask around and say, hey,
I
do you have
like
any
that.
recommendations and stuff.
I
So
like that.
that's something that I've done my entire career, and I've never had issues with that.
I like that. Long may it continue. Now, as an outsider, looking on, you seem like you have a wonderful, tight knit family. It does appear that you have a close relationship with your mom and your sister. What do you miss
Absolutely.
most about your mom and your sister when you're away?
I just miss their presence. You know, there's there's one thing like video calling them and exchanging photos and everything like that, but just their presence and their energy. Nothing can replace that. So I always try and jump on a phone call with my mom. I talk to her a lot, especially throughout the week and stuff. Tell her the good and the bad, and she always has some comforting words for me. And my sister's always there. She always has some funny stories for me, talking about my nephew and everything, and sending a bunch of photos and videos. So yeah,
Does they like football?
Yeah. Oh, I was playing. I should have took a video yesterday. I was playing football with my nephew yesterday. He's like,
Oh, bless him.
Auntie Tiffany, come fast, because I was talking to my sister about something, and Auntie Tiffany, I want you to play with me. Like, and we were playing soccer for what, maybe 45 minutes, just passing the ball
Oh,
around.
bless
He was
him.
doing a drag back. I said, what?
What?
Where you learn
How
that
old is
from?
he?
He's 4.
What? Oh my, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm happy for the little man, but I'm ashamed of myself. I can't do that. I can't even do keepy uppies. I'm an embarrassment when it comes to football. But
He's
that's
gonna be a
he
baller.
looks at he- I pray to God that he is he's looking at you like, you're his hero. I'm pretty sure he probably goes to like little like preschool or nursery and like shows off like, yeah, what's your auntie like? My auntie went to the World Cup, not one but two, stunting on his little friends.
Yeah, it was funny. I gave him one of my jerseys, and he was like, he looked at it, he was so happy. He's like, but Auntie Tiffany, isn't this for you? Don't you need this to play? I said, yeah, Auntie Tiffany has a lot of jerseys, but this one's for you. For when you're bigger, you can wear it. He's like,
Bless
thank
him.
you. He was so cute.
Oh my God, bless
Precious.
him, bless him. I hope little man grows up to be a great success. I hope that he grows up with good health. That's the main thing. Because if you don't have good health, you're totally defeated. So I hope that he has good health and great success.
Thank
How
you.
do you balance the two though, Tiffany? I think you're one of the players there. No, I'm not just gonna say reggae girls. I'm just gonna say Jamaica in general. You're one of the national players who get the two balance perfect in terms of, yes, we know that you're born in Canada, but you seem to pay homage equally to Canada and Jamaica. How do you do it?
Well, my mom has always embraced me into the Jamaican culture from when I was little, So I think that's super important. Even before I was a reggae girl, I've always been instilled in that culture, the music as well too. And I don't know if you probably see I'm always playing ludi and stuff. I got my ludi board here. I actually was playing with my friend just before you before we connected. I
I
think that's
see the
important.
lady board. I'm so sorry to interject, but I'm like, how does she get that through customs? I'm like, let me mind my business because I don't even know how.
Hey, I found a way. When I brought it to Hungary, I had it there for what, like a year. But I told myself, I said it's gonna be too much to try and bring it to Spain. Like I just, I kept it home. But I've been playing a lot of ludi since I've been home, so I'll be good while I'm while I'm away.
Nice, nice. No
But
dominoes?
yeah, no, dominoes here and there. But I'm ludi is my game. If we're gonna say if I have a Jamaican game, it's ludi for sure.
Okay, mine is dominoes. So yeah, I prefer
Okay.
dominoes. You seem to have a lot of love there in the comment section as you was speaking. I was bringing up some comments. I don't know if you managed to read any of them, but you're definitely a fan favorite without a shadow of doubt. How does that feel knowing that the fans gravitate toward you as well as they do?
That feels good. I even though I'm doing what I'm doing, I really believe in everyone is equal. And sometimes people will reach out to me and say some really kind word, or they'll just say, I hope you're doing well. And I'll respond and they'll be so shocked. Like I have time for everyone, especially I'm a true believer on spreading love and also giving support and showing people that, we're all human and everyone matters, everyone has a voice. So anytime like a fan reaches out to me or says things, I want to acknowledge them. I think that's super important.
I
Maybe I
like
might
that.
not have like a full
I
blown
like.
conversation with them, because there's been times where fans have wanted to legit be like my friend and like talk every day, and I can't do that for everybody. And I'll explain. I'll say, hey, yeah, I've used my platform for business purposes and also showing some love back to fans, but I'm not necessarily looking for a deep friendship right now. I have a lot of friends. Sometimes I have to break it down like that, but like I always still have to show
It's
them love.
funny.
No, but
That
it's the
is
thing.
that
Like,
that is funny and awkward at the same time. Guys, if you're doing it,
I
please
mean,
stop. You touched on something that was quite important, and I think it would be rude not to dive into it. Maybe not a deep dive, but to maybe scratch the surface a bit. You spoke on positivity and love from the fans. if you are comfortable with answering the question, if you don't, if you want to buy for you to do that, but how do you feel when it's the reverse of that, when it's not love and when it's negativity and when it seems like a bit of character assassination where your names or the names of your teammates is being unfairly dragged to the mud? How do you deal with that? Because you're very active on socials.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time, what was it, last year, with everything that was going on with our team and the federation, and there was a lot of negative backlash. There was also positive things that were said, and it was very difficult for me. I even had to put a message out on my story and say that like right now is not a good time. Like I don't want to talk to media or whatever the case was, and it was tough because sometimes people would message me because they wanted to get information out of me about how I feel about what's going on with the federation. And, it was inappropriate for me to comment on that. So I would just either leave them on red or I would say, you know what, I can't speak about this. And sometimes things were negative, like and I had to just try my best to block it off. But it actually really hurt my heart with the whole situation, and that I couldn't sometimes go and represent Jamaica just because of everything that was going on, but it in life, that's what happens. Not everything is going to go your way. You just have to learn how to deal with when things get tough, and then reach out to the people that you love and who understand you and talk about things. Not everyone needs to know about how you're feeling, in a specific time, but that's why for me it was important for me to reach out to the people that I love the most, who would be there for me and understand me and support me in the way that I needed to get through those times. So anytime I see anything negative, then that's like I go to the people that support me and love me and I talk to them about it. I can't control. The thing is, in life, not everyone is going to like me or love me. So it's
100%.
that's the thing. But I also think that a lot of people fear people that are authentic or who will speak their mind about something. And I know for me, I'm put on this earth. God made me to speak and also love and support people. And if something's not right, I'm going to talk about it. Depends on also my hierarchy on a team as well too. So sometimes I've had to like just stay quiet for like about certain things that I would love to talk about, but it's one of those things, I just have to um be intelligent about everything. As a public figure, it's important to know when to speak, and it's important to know when to not speak.
I love the last response that you said, because I kid you not, this is something that I've said to the guys on my live stream, that you cannot expect every single player to speak on controversy or to give you an honest opinion, because I'm not going to scapegoat our captain, but of course our captain is our captain. She has to take the bullet by default. If you catch her at the game on your BBC Sport and you go up to her and you ask her a controversial question, 9 out of 10 times she's going to answer it, because she is the captain. She's
Yeah,
also now a
absolutely.
2 times. I'm not saying that our captain isn't droppable, but it's Khadija Bunny Shaw at the end of the day. You cannot treat Bunny in the way that you would treat the majority of her teammates, because it's like self-sabotage. And I think some journalists, and I'm going to say traditional media and also new media, sometimes some of you are extremely selfish people. You got to understand, when you're dealing with these athletes, and let's just focus on the reggae girls, that they are human beings. Don't be so selfish with wanting to get a storyline that you're going to ask them questions. Yeah, because I've seen it and it really pisses me off. You're asking them questions because you want clicks, you want storyline, but you're not thinking about them and human beings and
Yeah,
the consequences that will follow. I wouldn't dare ask certain reggae girls
yeah,
about internal affairs with the Jamaica national team, because I know that's it. You're getting dropped like bad habit. You're not coming back in that team. So I
yeah,
can't tell people how to run their traditional media organization. But what I am saying is, look at these girls like they're your daughters or your nieces, and ask
absolutely.
yourself, would you do it if it was if you would you like if someone to treat them the way that you treat them? They're not clicks. They're not clicks,
Yeah,
they're human beings. All right. I
absolutely,
just want to get that off
absolutely.
my chest,
And you know,
Tiffany.
and we know as athletes, like we're very intelligent women, so we know when a person is actually reaching out to see how we're doing genuinely, versus a person reaching out because they want a story. Because there have been times where someone just was like, "Hey, Tiff," and I'm like, "Hey, I hope you're doing well," and then they'd ask me a question, a controversial question, and I'm like, "I can't answer that right now. Sorry, I'm focused with my club right now. I can't answer that." Like, so it's like that was hurtful as well too, because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and like we need to be treated like them. We're not. It's not all about football. There's like we have our life as well too, and that we have to deal with it. There's a lot of things. So, you know, I think it's really important to focus on the human first and then the athlete. But a lot of times it's the reverse, which is the hard part, you know? So I really do also encourage athletes as well to speak to sports psychologists as well too, because that's important, because sometimes it gets a lot to handle. And I actually want
Yeah.
to shout out Nicholas. He used to actually work with the Jamaican Football Federation, and he's a fantastic sports psychologist. I've worked with him a couple times as well too. You know, and some people ask about how am I so happy and I have my vibes and stuff, because I take care of myself. I understand when maybe my vibrations are a little bit lower and I need a little bit of like a pick me up, then that's when I'll go talk to a sports psychologist about things. I want to discover maybe why there's a certain part in my game or a certain part in my psyche that might be holding me back. But I'm always aware of when I need a little bit of a boost. So that's why it's so important for athletes to keep those healthy habits and be aware of when they need to ask for help, you know, because it's not always easy. So, well, yeah, like just people need to take care of themselves more, man. Like,
100%, 100%. Like, and you heard her, people. So obviously, she's referring to us normal folks outside of being athletes. Do you
yeah.
guys have a sports psychologist? Do you still have a sports psychologist?
Um, Currently, right now, working with the Jamaican national team, no, but I'm sure that that will come again. You know, like I think we just
Yeah,
have to be very patient with that,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
True.
very very important. It's super super important. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really, I mean, I've said that I think it would be great for our team to have that, but it's not on me, right? So it just has to do with if, say, the coaching staff and the federation um, can make it happen or not, and then just go from there. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still our responsibilities as athletes. If, say, maybe we're not provided with certain things, to get it ourselves. If we really feel like we need it during a certain time of our career, you know, then we just have to be proactive about that. So, you know, that's my honest opinion about it.
I can appreciate your honesty. I think just like you said, it's probably something that the JFF are working on. I think if they don't know the importance of it, hearing someone like you speak so eloquently and so passionately will prompt them to actually say, okay, let's go ahead and get it done. If it doesn't get done, obviously we're not going to make a fuss and a loud noise about it, but we are going to politely request that the girls get their sports psychologist, because it does have a positive impact on them. And if you want them to make it a hat trick of World Cup
Absolutely.
appearance, then get them their sports psychologist. Get, if it's any team to give it to, it definitely will be you and your teammates.
Yeah, I
I want to
mean,
ask you no, carry on. I interjected.
yeah,
Carry on.
we're really strong women, you know. Even though maybe we didn't have a sports psychologist the entire time throughout like our time with Jamaica, we still have managed to make things work. And I'm a strong believer in God. You know, we have our own little prayer group with the national team, and you know, before every game we get together. Whoever is open to doing that, they'll come to the prayer group. We'll talk about how we're feeling. We'll say, well, Kayla actually leads it. Kayla McKenna, she's an amazing person and player. I really highly respect her, like big time. And she's also crushed it in
Nice.
Spain. She did so well last season. So
Yeah, she
she leads the
smashed
prayer
it.
group. Yeah, she leads the prayer group, and you know, she sometimes will come with a scripture and then ask us what we think about the scripture, and then we talk about our experiences in life as well, and with soccer, and then we just end with a prayer and stuff. It's so powerful, and I really do think that God has God is in all of us. You know, even the players that don't come to prayer group, he's he's in all of us, and he lives in all of us, and you can see it on the field. No matter what happens, even that we were able to do things that people thought that were impossible. Like to make it to the round of 16 is crazy. So yeah.
Definitely. By the way, guys, this live stream, this interview that I'm doing or chat that I'm having with Tiffany is completely unplanned. It just literally was like a spur of the moment type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with her, but I'm kind of struggling, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm also wary of her time because I think she
Yeah.
was only supposed to give us 10 minutes. I will be doing an actual sit down with Tiffany Cameron at some point this season. So don't worry. Even if we bring today's chat to an end, it's not an abrupt end. We will be getting a deep dive into Tiffany. I want to ask you a important question because I'm very big on like
Okay.
mental well-being and what people say online. A
Okay.
reggae girl sent me, we was having a conversation actually. We was having a conversation and she told me something that this was maybe 2 years ago now, but it still lives fresh in my mind. And it lives fresh
Hmm.
in my mind because it is so disturbing. Basically, we were having a chat and she spoke about something that a fan said to her, and I
Hmm.
think it was before the second World Cup cycle. And this fan had the audacity to make a horrendous comment pertaining to what they would do to the Reggae Girl's unborn child. I'm not going to get into it because it's probably triggering for most people, and or any ordinary people will feel some type of way. But if you can share it, even if you don't want to go too deep, like what's like one of the worst comment that someone had said to you, and how did that make you feel? Because I'm asking you because I'm trying to show people that the things that you say online, it does matter. They are human beings. They do
Mm.
see and read what you say. So do be mindful of the messages that you're sending to these girls. What's a joke to you is not a joke to someone else.
True, true. I mean, I that's very difficult to answer. I mean, people have commented on maybe if I didn't have the best performance, maybe they commented on that. But the word, like, I don't. It's hard for me to say. I would say maybe like commenting on my skin, like what happened to my skin. You know, maybe that like I've heard
Really?
some random like well, I've seen some random comment, but it's interesting because it's just like, okay, ha ha ha, that's really funny, but not really. Like it's not funny actually, but it's like it's
Not
not really
funny. It's
hurtful
it's
because I'm
it's
like,
never
well,
ever 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 funny.
yeah, but I think they think it's funny. Like I've seen some comments that are just so silly, like, you know, but I don't like it doesn't affect me in that way because I'm very confident in who I am and like my outer appearance and my inner appearance. You know, at first, of course, when I developed my vitiligo, it took me a long time. It took me maybe 2 years to really get confident in the new version of me. But I ended up falling in love with that. So, and I also think that
You
I'm
should.
this happened to me for a reason. You know, I'm strong enough. Like God believed that I was strong enough to put me in this situation to be an advocate. So, for example, I'm the first female vitiligo professional soccer player in EA Sports. I should say the first female
Yes.
ever in EA Sports to have vitiligo to represent that community, and that's huge. You know how many messages that I got on Instagram about like how they're so happy to see this, and I'm an inspiration and all these things, and I'm like, this is amazing. I have to remind time I see
You guys see
any like
Tiffany, or is it? I
comment,
think I lost you there for a second. You can continue, Tiff.
yeah, so it's about my skin, I just laugh because I'm like, well, at least I'm unique enough to be on a big platform and show that. So if someone wants to hate on that I look a little bit different, like that's on them, but I'm still gonna be out here doing my thing, like shining and being unique and also representing for the vitiligo community. Because there's a lot of people out there who also do have vitiligo as well. So, if I'm able to uplift
Yeah, yeah.
people who have my skin condition, that's amazing. I'm an advocate, and I think that's really special.
Yeah, I definitely 100% agree with what you're saying. I'm fortunate to know two people who shares the same uniqueness that you share. And with regards to both of all three of you, beautiful inside and out, by the way. And with regards to those
Thank
little
you.
peasants on social media, I want you to know that you are like little peasants. I can't stand them. Sometimes I argue with them, Tiff, because I'm like, as one of the only
Yeah,
visible women on YouTube, I can't afford for you to treat me like a doormat, because if I lay down and allow you to walk over me, you're going to do it to the next
yeah.
person that's coming up after
To-
me. And I don't want that, you know. Football is heavily sexist when you're a woman. It's even worse when you're a black woman and you're young. So I do sometimes
yeah,
fight back with them. But saying that to say, I do want you to know that you are beautiful inside and out. And
thank you.
also as it relates to these little peasants, they are saying these things because I do believe that they have nothing better to do with their lives. They're a bunch of low
For their
lives.
time.
Yeah, they have nothing better to do with their time. So of course, they see you. They are going to pick on you, but I do want you to
Yeah,
just continue to know that you're a ray of light. For
thank you.
not the few, but the many.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I see the guys there in the comment section. I probably got maybe 5 more minutes with Tiffany, guys. As I said, we're going to extend the interview on another show. So I'm gonna just take a quick little glimpse in the comment section. Bear with me, Tiff.
Blessing, Dan. I love you, Master. Love you guys too. Support and love. Oh, and also, you guys need to follow if you haven't already. You need to follow my new Instagram page because, as you know, I was hacked. So for 2 months, I didn't have any access to my other page. Shut down, which is nice. So my new Instagram, if you guys haven't already followed me, is Tiffany D, as in Devana, Cameron _. So, and you can even just put Tiffany Cameron in on Instagram, and then I'll pop up there. So that's my new page. I did not block any of you followers if you thought, oh, what happened to Tiffany? Because the page got shut down because it was used for some hacker took over and was scamming my followers and stuff. Well, trying to scam my followers
This is
with
what
their
I mean,
trading
peasants, little
nonsense.
peasants on social media.
Nonsense. So hold on, Crystal. The best was when someone was like, so the hacker put, oh, what's called? I was skeptical of trading at first. Stop. When I saw that, I said, I'm going to the police station around. Full blown report. I need to talk to the boy them because they need to know. Like this page needs to get shut down now. Ahora.
You, you know, someone tried to scam me
5 days
today.
later,
So
gone. No ramp with me. No ramp with me.
see, sometimes as a woman, you have to be militant with these guys. They force it out of you. You want to be calm, but they force the
Right.
badness out of you. As you can see with our Tiffany there. So in the UK, Cash App is closing down. So I already had to like withdraw my money from my Cash App. My dad sent me some money some years back and I forgot to like withdraw it. So eventually, 2 weeks ago, I withdrew it. And a scammer called me today and he was asking for my personal details because apparently it comes from Cash App. So thinking, if you work for Cash App, you know
Wow.
my details already, right? So I was like, yeah, I don't have Cash App. He was like, oh, okay. And he went on to like elaborate. And I just hung the phone up. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't have time for your foolishness. So there are scammers out there, guys. Be
Yeah.
aware, okay? Be aware of that. Tiffany, yeah, I noticed.
Yes,
But you took the words out of
definitely.
my mouth. You have a game coming up, away match, this Saturday, but you're going to be missing out on that one, I
Mm.
presume. What's that like? Because you've missed out on preseason. How do you condition yourself so that you bring yourself back up to speed?
Condition coach, he sent me a whole plan. So what he wants me to do in the meantime. So in the gym and then also some ball work and stuff. So I've been following that. I've also added a couple of things like for myself that I personally need. So that's how I've been kind of keeping fit, you know. And I'm big on bike workouts. I don't know. I actually prefer doing cycling than actually running on a treadmill. So it's better actually. It's better for your limbs. So that's what I've been doing. But at the end of the day, though, game fitness is different, right? So when I go there, I'm going to need a couple of weeks of training to really get back to game speed. So I'm not expecting to go there next week and starting right away. It's going to take a couple of weeks and stuff for me to really know. So it's one of those things where I have to be very patient because, of course, the girls have been training now for like what a month and a half or so, or a month and a bit in preseason. So, and I've unfortunately missed that, you know. So, I just have to be patient with
Absolutely.
everything, and you know, my coach knows what I can do. So,
Absolutely. And my closing question, because I know I'm pressed for time. Sorry guys, I lied to you, but it's a good lie. It's a white lie, as they like to call it. I don't know why they call it that. I've gone over my why can't it be a black lie? Like it's gone over 1 hour, guys. It's 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I do apologize.
mm.
But I want to ask before we close off, pertaining to last season performances, how do you stay on the bright side of life when you're fighting for relegation and also you're trying to impress a new coach or a new manager?
Well, it's about communication, letting my teammates know what I need on the field and how I can shine, and also asking questions like to them and seeing how what brings good performances out from them. So I think for me using my voice has really helped me get to where I am now. So just the level of understanding. I think the second half of season went a lot better for me than the first half, and I just kind of showed my qualities there and just communicating with my coach and stuff as well too, and just getting clarity. I think that's really important, and making sure I just do the extra things. So if I need a little bit of fine tuning with certain things, do a little bit of extra, you know. So I also want to do more. I think this season, I think I could be out more on the field and doing a little bit more for myself, so I can score more goals and be a bigger threat than last season.
You got your do you have your goal target for this year? You don't have to say it if you don't want to, but you must have something in mind, right?
Yeah, I want to score double the amount of goals I scored last season.
Oh, she
Or
actually
at
saying
least
it. I
get
like
into the
this. I like
yeah,
this.
or at least get in the double digits. I mean, I scored 6. It would be score 12. I mean, if I get 10, I'll be happy with that. But I think in terms of what I'm doing and the amount of opportunities that I started to get myself into the second half of season, it's very realistic for me to say that I'm capable of scoring that many goals. And I think our team is better as well too. We have um, better players that just came in, like newer players. So it's possible. I just have to be focused. And yeah, I'm not afraid to put things out there. You know, when you set a goal, maybe you might not get there, but just putting it out there to the world is
Putting it into
powerful
the
and it shows
world.
that you have no fear. So we'll see. Yeah, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm confident that I have the capabilities to do that. But I just have to stay focused. So that's the most important thing.
Do you know what it is? You've just added yourself onto a list. So the list that I was asking you guys to answer, you guys still have not answered it. Now I'm gonna ask you, what does Miss Tiffany Cameron, Ivan Tony, Mr. Shaman Nicholson and Eddie and Kitty all have in common? They've got a trait in common that I've picked up on, guys. I know the answer. I'm going to keep it to myself. I want you guys to tell me.
Mhm.
By the way, it's something good. You need this trait. To be successful, you need this trait. To elevate yourself to different levels, you need the trait. I think you can see some similarities there in terms of, it's so funny. In terms of Ivan Toney, Tiffany Cameron, and Boza, the trajectory of their career and the fact that they've gone from level to level to level, they've leveled up. They've got one trait in common. Eddie and Kitty has that trait as well. I'm gonna allow you guys to
Yeah.
vote, and maybe on another live stream, I will give you guys the answer. I'm not going to give you the answer on tonight's live stream, though. Tiffany, before we close off, do you have any closing words?
I actually want to congratulate Bunny Shaw. She has had an amazing, amazing past year. The fact that she's the nominee for the Ballon d'Or is huge. I mean, she's an inspiration for all of Jamaica. She's an inspiration for me. And I just think that, you know, when for her, she's so powerful. When she sets her mind to something, she does it. Even when she walks into the room, like her presence is there. She's like, yeah, me are the star. You know, she knows what time it is, and she also sets a high standard for the Jamaican culture. And even when we're in training, she knows if something's not good enough, she'll say, "This is not good enough, guys." And that's so good because you see a player like her thriving in a professional environment. And at the end of the day, she's a black woman, right? She's a black woman playing in a European country, and to see her doing what she's doing right now is really, really special. So I do want to big her up,
Massive.
and you know, a lot of young girls in Jamaica are looking up to her. And yeah, I just think that she's just gonna keep elevating from here. So I definitely want to shout her out, and also shout out the rest of the Reggae girls as well too that are doing really well with their university teams, and also in their professional environments. We have a lot of different players playing around the world now, which is great. It's making the environment more competitive, and Jamaica will be better because of that.
I just want to say, if you don't know already, Tiffany, we as the 12th man appreciate you all so much. Thank you, and to you and your teammates for waving the black, gold, and green flag high. Thank you for giving
Thank
us
you.
something to cheer about. I'm so happy that for the last two World Cups, I haven't had to
Absolutely.
sit here. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to sit here and support another country forcefully. I can actually support my country because they're at the World Cup, and that's all thanks to you and
Mhm.
your teammates. So big up yourself.
Big up to you. Thank you for also having me on your channel. It's been a long time, but we get like this though. When we start talking, we start going.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. It's
so
like, you know what, Tiffany?
so yeah. Thank
Before
you.
you
Thanks for
came
having
on,
me.
no, man, it's more than welcome. Thank you for putting yourself up. Guys, for context, I asked Tiffany for a voice note to play to you guys, and she's like, no, scratch the voice note. I'm coming onto the channel. So if you don't know about Tiffany, that's the type of person she is. And I'm very appreciative of that. I've gone to almost 1 hour and 30 minutes, probably my second longest live stream since I've come back. Definitely one of my longest live stream with a special guest like a Reggae Girl. You guys there in the comment section, I am going to have to love you and leave you because I am on 3% with my battery.
Yeah,
My
me
my
too.
laptop's about to die. So guys,
All
we talk too
right.
much, but it's good talk. It's good talk, Tiffany. It's not bad talk,
Mm,
you know. So
absolutely.
guys,
Absolutely.
guys in the comment section, before I forget my manners, if you're out and about on your journey, I pray to God that you make it home safe and unharmed. Big up the guys there in the comment section. I'm so sorry that I
Let's get
don't
home
have
safe.
time to name you. Yeah, I hope you get home safe. I don't have time to name you all, but I
It's
am because
okay.
I'm pressed
15
for
goals.
time.
Whew,
They're
15
saying you
goals.
can get 15 goals, yeah. I like that. Just
All
off the
right.
top of my head, because I'm just seeing them now.
All right.
Do
All
go
right.
ahead.
We'll see. Pressure.
You guys there. Please do go ahead and subscribe to CC Sports Lab. Also subscribe to Cronky Live. Subscribe to Eddie Gooner as well. Elite Sports TV. You guys are already familiar with Elite Sports TV. Do subscribe to those guys. I've seen a fellow of the some of the subscribers in terms of content creators in the comment section. So if you haven't subscribed to their channel, do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Mr. Wayne Evans, I'm really sorry you've missed the show, guys. I'm going to have to love you and leave you before our battery dies. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's live stream. Big up yourself, Tiffany. Thank you for showing my program some love. I definitely appreciate your support each and every time.
No problem. Blessings. Thanks, Crystal. It's been real.
No problem. All right, guys. You know how it goes. Let me go and try and find my closing video actually before I log off. You know how it goes, guys. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.